dressed for cross country practice, and it makes me so grateful that I do not have a swimmer. Because that would be even earlier. This is early enough. So this is what life looks like this morning. I'm working on uploading day 2 of Advent, Vlogmas. Project bags for knitting, lots of coffee, muffins that I made yesterday, which are gluten-free. They are certainly not wonderful, but if you need a quick baked good, it's an easy thing. And then 2 different Advent projects. This is my dust of snow, which I have made a mistake. I was supposed to be purling back on these rows yesterday. I only saw that about halfway through that section, so they will not all be purl backs. I also did not finish all that I could do yesterday, so I have 6 more rows to finish yesterday's work, and then I'll unwrap and start today. And then this, of course, is my ongoing from last year adventurous wrap that just in the evenings, if I have finished my knitting for this and I still have some energy and time, then I've been putting some stitches on this one. I would love to finish this one as well this year. That would be really, really nice. This is pretty typical messy island. I love this island. It's enormous. It's so nice, but it becomes a catch-all. So all of these things are the things that came down when some Christmas things had to go up. This is some yet to be put together Christmas things that I just haven't had the energy for. So maybe today I'll go digging out the rest of the things, or some more things, maybe not the rest, but some more to decorate with. Okay, seriously? I am way closer to 40 than I am 14. What is this? Honestly, Vlogmas. Vlogmas, you get the real deal. HEB, which is a local grocery store. It stands for Herbert E. Butts. Herbert E. Butts. It's an amazing grocery store, but my kids think that is the funniest thing in the world. And if I'm honest, so do I. Okay. So it's day 3. I haven't really talked to you guys. I would normally be taping a podcast right about now. And I will at least wait 1 more week since we're gonna have Vlogmases going up every day. I'm already having so much fun. Oh my gosh. And since I hadn't really done a bunch of FaceTime with you guys, I thought I would open my advent calendars, my gluttonous amount of yarny advent calendars in front of you today. How does that sound? I have just spent most of the morning shipping out every single pending order. Every single one. So excited. So let's open Advent, because this afternoon I'm gonna soak some yarn and then I'm gonna knit all of the Advent scrappy knitting that I can. This is kind of blurry. It's kind of frustrating me. Is that better? Do I need to stand back here? I can't tell. Let's see. Sorry. This is gonna drive me crazy. Okay, so this is day 3 of the Suburban Stitcher Advent. And I don't have my sheet here with me, but I'm pretty sure this one is called Christmas in Connecticut. And it's this really pretty golden yellow. The reason that I called this one Christmas in Connecticut is because the cover of that movie, like the movie poster from whenever it came out was this bright yellow background that I just liked. And so it's got some speckles of gray and some golden speckles, some grayish black speckles. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. There's an Amazon Prime truck. What? I didn't know that was a thing. Literally an Amazon Prime home delivery, I guess, van. Way to go, neighbors. Something I didn't even know of. All right, so day 3, Christmas in Connecticut. Sheesh. Okay, what was I doing next? I think Hugh Loco was next. Pretty sure. Ooh. This one is called Monarch. It is really pretty purples and golds and kind of oranges. Monarch. Next up, we have Lavender Loon. My Lavender Loon calendar was actually a 12 days of Christmas calendar. So I have the 12 days, I have a couple of little extra gifts, and then I have one big skein of sock yarn at the end. And I'm basically just opening one every day until I'm out of things to open. Basically, that's how that's gonna work. Okay, so this is Lavender Loon. And none of hers are named. This is a really pretty green with browns, kind of pastel. Next up, I have Cat Sandwich. Gosh. Her packaging, she might win. She probably wins Attention to Detail Packaging Award. I could have been super cute and strung these up, which is probably what she intended and spent so much time doing. I guess I could do that for here on out. I could find a spot there, right? I could. I'm just filling this up with things I like, and it's just gonna be going down to the ground eventually. Okay. So, oh my. Oh, how pretty. Very not typical cat sandwich, and I love it. So it's these really pretty blues and russets and a little bit of speckling. Very pretty. And lastly, I have day 3 for Knox Yarn Company, which is N-O-X. In case you have not heard of them. This is my first time with Knox Yarn Company yarn, but I knew I would love her calendar because I love her aesthetic, and I have not been disappointed yet, and this certainly is not disappointing. It's gorgeous. This one is called Mint Shake. And it is really pretty mint green with lots of speckles. Every color of speckles. Oh my gosh, so exciting. I have really enjoyed opening all of these up every day. It's so much fun. I should pause and go show you my advent shawl. So I'm knitting the Dust of Snow wrap by Helen Stewart, and it uses 1 mini skein every day. She suggested a 20-gram mini, but honestly, you could easily take out some width out of this, or like you could take out 1 repeat, but I think it would be, you could get most of these sections probably with just 1 mini, but with a 10-gram. Let me see, how many grams? And it would be cutting it close. But if you took out a repeat, maybe 2. You could definitely get a full amazingly sized wrap, because this is pretty wide and it's gonna block. So I mean, certainly a nice size scarf if you took out, you know, just like this much. It's still very nice sized. So back to the pattern. I'm knitting Dust of Snow. I'm using my own advent calendar for this one. And so this is day 1. This was, what is this one called? You're a Mean One? Mr. Grinch. Yesterday, day 2, was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And so it's kind of got these browns with the red for Rudolph. And that was somebody in my house, maybe not, maybe it's the neighbors. Anyway, yeah, I was supposed to knit a lot more stockinette sections, but I didn't read the pattern correctly, so it's like half garter stitch, half stockinette, but from day 3 now I know. Now I know that there's more stockinette lace. So there is quite a big section of garter stitch at the end of my shawl, which is fine. Yeah, I'm really, this is just so soft and so squishy. It's gonna be the most amazing, warm Advent memory wrap. Highly encourage you, if you are knitting this or getting an advent calendar and you haven't yet decided on a project, highly encourage you to knit this. A note on why I'm using gray. I am using my own calendar, so I know what my yarns look like, right? I also knew that some of them were very neutral, like today's is a very neutral yarn. But then I also knew that some are less neutral, like Mondays, or is that Mondays? Well, day 1, so Saturdays, today's Monday, day 1, was a lot less neutral. It has these bright chartreuse and these brighter speckles. And then today's yarn is this bright gold. But the gray sort of just tones everything down. And the white would have done the same thing, but in a different way. And I guess I wanted like that smoky haziness of the gray rather than the white of like a natural or like my doily colorway. That was my own personal preference for that. Helen knit hers with a white or a natural colored mohair, and that's certainly fine. Obviously, hers is gorgeous, but for me and knowing the yarn that I was using and knowing the look that I wanted, this is what I decided to go with. So yeah, oh my gosh, I'm just looking, I am like this most spoiled girl ever with all of these advent calendars, and I'm so excited. I cannot wait to decide on a pattern for some of these other things. Some are going directly into my scrap blanket. All I want to do is knit scrap projects right now. I love Advent for that. I just love it. So anyway, during the week, my weeks are pretty boring. I have carpool and kids and work and normal life things, even during Vlogmas. But I hope to bring you little pieces here and there of fun things that we are doing. And yeah, sometimes regular life is just kind of fun and normal because it's regular. So I hope that you enjoy seeing the little bits and pieces of what make up suburban stitcher life around here. and that you're having so much fun knitting your Advent or watching Advent or knitting whatever it is that you're working on. So, all right, I'm gonna go knit. One more thing. I did want to make a comment to all of you who made comments on day one about how we were wearing shorts and sandals to go to that Christmas market. And yes, because I live in Texas, outside of Houston, very, 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 very far south. We're about, I would say 45 miles as the crow flies from the Gulf of Mexico. So it's hot here. Today it's quite mild and nice. It's long sleeve t-shirt weather. It's probably 62. So I'm wearing my standard workday uniform of super slouchy, too big, but I can't quit them, blue jean capris that are the most unflattering things ever. They're just so cozy. I kind of hope they start getting like dye and stuff splashed on them, because then they're like true work pants. Yeah, so I'm wearing those and a long sleeve t-shirt and shorty wool socks and Birkenstocks. So, you know, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much winter here. We get a few days where it's like, whoa, it's 35. And there's like 2 days of that every year. And mostly it's just mild and beautiful. And we're wishing that we got colder, but we really don't. So it was 81 degrees Fahrenheit on Saturday. And when I took those videos out at the little marketplace, and it was hot. That's pretty normal. So I just thought I would touch in about that little tidbit for those of you who commented. And I enjoy looking at all of y'all's warm by the fire and warm in your woolies because it's freezing outside pictures, because we don't really get that. Just unearthed these two beauties. They were buried on the side of our refrigerator. So this was our engagement picture, or one of them, or kind of about the time we took engagement pictures. So this would have been 2002. And this was probably the same year, 2001, 2002. I mean, that's a great Billy shirt, Diane. Awesome. And this was in Oregon, my one and only ever time in Oregon, behind Silver Falls. And I need to go back. Somebody bring me to Oregon. Invite me. Somebody pay for me to do a trunk show in Oregon, please. Hey y'all, making dinner. Feeling a little fancy still in my braid today. This is my semi-homemade spaghetti sauce. 2 cans of different flavors, depending on what's on sale, of spaghetti sauce / marinara. Then I bring it home, dump it in a pot with the 2 different kinds of ground beef. And then I add in extra thyme, extra basil, extra oregano, extra basil, a little bit of garlic, a can of tomato paste to help thicken it up. And the reason I had to do that for sure tonight was because I ended up adding a little bit of extra water to the jars of the sauce to just get all those extra good bits of sauce off of it. And so I dumped it all in here, and it's, oh, and a bay leaf. That's kind of like a key to making it good and homemade tasting. And yeah, so it's just been simmering in here for about an hour. It's totally ready to eat. And I'm cooking some pasta. And we will have dinner. Fancy, easy, taste homemade, totally not, just home assembled, which is the key. So I am sitting in bed. I have this ridiculous bed wedge system. It's a system because there's 4 pieces. I don't know if you can see. There's like this back wedge here, and then there's this one that has like, it can shift up and down. And then there's a wedge that goes underneath your knees so that you get like, I don't have a adjustable bed. I would like one. So this is the fix until I can get an adjustable bed. Anyway, I am going to be sitting here finishing up hopefully day 3 on my Advent shawl. Excuse me. And yeah, I'm so excited with how it's turning out. I'm very proud of my color placement. And for those of y'all that are knitting shawls, I hope you are too. The mohair is so luxurious. And I just, I want to knit everything with it. So hope that you all had lovely Mondays, whatever you were up to. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.